Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the pinacol-pinacolone rearrangement. So pinacol is this compound which is obviously a 1,2-diol. So this is pinacol. It is converted into pinacolone when it is treated with dilute acid. This is pinacolone. To understand the rearrangement, we have to consider the mechanism of this reaction. So initially, one of these two OH groups will be protonated by the H+ present in the reaction medium. Then the formation of the carbocation will take place. So this is the carbocation with a vacant p orbital. Obviously it is a 3-degree carbocation. So after the formation of this carbocation, the actual rearrangement, carbocation rearrangement, takes place, where a methyl group is migrated from this carbon center to the carbocationic center, which is a 1,2-methyl shift, thereby forming a new carbocation. So you can clearly see that the new carbocation is now more stable than the previous one due to the presence of a lone pair containing heteroatom, which is oxygen atom in this particular case. So it will be stabilized by the conjugation of the oxygen lone pair to the vacant p orbital of the carbocation. In the next step, essentially a double bond will form between this carbocationic carbon and the oxygen atom, and a H+ will leave this system. So this is the mechanism of the carbocationic rearrangement which is involved in pinacol-pinacolone rearrangement. In the same way, if we perform this rearrangement in cyclic compounds like this one, then in the same fashion a carbocation will form in the first step via the leaving of a water molecule from the system. And in the next step, a migration will take place, which is obviously a 1-2 migration. And this spiro compound will form. It is an example of spiro compound. In this case, it is a spiroketone. In other examples where the initial formation of the carbocation is taking place from different leaving groups like N2+ or halogen atoms, those are also known, which undergoes the same carbocationic rearrangement and which are also included in pinacol-pinacolone rearrangements. If we take this molecule and treat it with silver nitrate, then this silver plus will interact with this halogen atom and thereby forcing this molecule, the starting material, to form a carbocation and during the process silver bromide will be precipitated. So after the formation of this carbocation, the next steps will be the same. There will be a 1-2 migration of one methyl group, and the subsequent formation of the carbon-oxygen double bond will lead to the corresponding pinacolone. Another example is when the leaving group is the nitrogen. Suppose we have this compound where the one position there is a OH group and the two position there is a amine group. If we treat this compound with NaNO2HCl, then this will produce NO+ electrophile in the reaction medium, which will eventually attack the NH2 and thereby produce a diazonium salt. We all know that diazonium salts are highly unstable and they dissociate in room temperature. They are so unstable. So that's why it will undergo a dissociation of this carbon-nitrogen bond. Nitrogen will leave the system and thereby a carbocation will generate. After that, it will follow the same steps as above to produce this corresponding pinacolone. Okay, so let us go into more complex situation. Suppose we have this molecule. Initially, the molecule was symmetrical, that is, the alkyl groups or whatever groups attached with the carbon centers are similar. Like here, the two methyl groups is in the left carbon atom. Here also the methyl groups in the right carbon atom. So now let us consider a unsymmetrical situation where in the left carbon there is 2 methyl groups and in the other carbon the 2 phenyl groups are there. So in this situation, if we treat it with acid, then formation of the carbocation will take place into the carbon center where it will be stabilized maximum. So there is 2 possibility. One is the dissociation of this OH group, another is the dissociation of this OH group. But remember, if this OH group dissociates, then this carbon atom, this carbocation will be generated. But if this OH group dissociates, then this carbocation will be generated. So now we have to consider the stability of these carbocations in order to determine which carbocation will be generated. So we all know that phenyl group is highly stabilizing group for a carbocation center. It stabilizes via the Placer effect. So formation of carbocation in this particular carbon atom will be highly favorable. So after the formation of this carbocation, the next steps will be very similar. So this will not form, this will form. In the next step, the methyl group will migrate. And this carbocation will eventually converted into the corresponding ketone. So this will be the final product. So here one more important thing is the migratory aptitude. We all have encountered that in the above examples, a group is migrating. So if there is different groups, let's say for example, if this is subjected to pinacol rearrangement, then either side, then the molecule is symmetrical. So carbocation can form in either carbon atom. Suppose here the carbocation is formed. So here is the possibility of migration of either methyl or phenyl. So between these two, which one will migrate? It is depend on the migratory aptitude. So experimentally it is found that the migratory aptitude is in this order. The phenyl group has highest migratory aptitude among the other groups like tertiary butyl, isopropyl and methyl. If we consider the substituted phenyl substituents, then more the electron donating group is attached with the phenyl group, the higher it will be the migratory aptitude. Like this. Paramethoxyphenyl will have higher migratory aptitude than para-methyl-phenyl. Then will be benzene. then will be parachlorophenyl. You can see that when we are going from left side to right side, the electron donating ability of the groups in the para position is decreasing. Methoxy has the highest electron donating ability via its lone pair, then methyl, which has only hyperconjugation effect, then phenyl, which has no substituent, then chlorine, which withdraw electron from the benzene ring via plus I minus I effect. Although it has some plus R effect, but the plus R effect is less dominant than the minus I effect. So that's why this is the decreasing order of migratory aptitude among the phenyl derivatives. So now come back to the example. So obviously we can now say that between this methyl and phenyl, the phenyl group will migrate, and this compound will form. So now we have to consider the stereochemistry of this pinacol-pinacol rearrangement. For that, we have to consider the starting material in a particular projection formula. If we consider it in a Sawhorse projection formula, then it will be much more easier. So suppose this is the compound, this is a 1,2-diol pinacol. So after the formation of the carbocation, this methyl group always migrates, or rather this methyl group always remain in the anti-periplanar form with respect to this leaving group, this OH group. So the relationship between this methyl and OH group is anti-periplanar. So after the formation of this carbocation, this methyl will eventually attack this p orbital and will then form the corresponding pinacolone. So if one performs a crossover experiment by taking two different pinacols, for example, this molecule and this molecule, and both are taken in a reaction medium and treated with H+, then there will be a possibility of scrambling in the product molecules if this process is not intramolecular. So if the molecule is intramolecular in nature, then the migration will take place intramolecularly, that is, it will not detach. The migrating group will not detach from the system. But if it is intermolecular in nature, then migrating group will eventually detach from the system, and then it can react with the second molecule. So let us first draw the structures of the possible molecules, or rather products. So if the reaction is intramolecular, then we will obtain this molecule and this molecule. But if it is intermolecular in nature, then we will have these additional two products. If the reaction is intramolecular, then only these two products will form. But if it is intermolecular in nature, then this will form and these two will also form. Total 4 compounds will be obtained. But experimentally it was found that neither this one is formed nor this one is formed. So the reaction is solely intramolecular in nature. So what it suggests is that if we take a molecule where the migrating group is chiral in nature, suppose we have this compound. So if we perform the pinnacle rearrangement in this particular molecule, then after treatment with NaNO2HCl, so the carbocation will form in this center. So between these two groups, this chiral carbon center has more migratory aptitude than this one, since it is a tertiary center. So that's why this group will migrate and this compound will eventually be generated. So what experimentally found is that the configuration of this center is retained. The stereochemistry of this center is retained. So there is no inversion or there is no any kind of racemization. So it further suggests that the process is solely intramolecular in nature. If it is intermolecular in nature, then there will be a chance of inversion or racemization. So if we try to see whether the S configuration or R configuration and it is changed or not, for that we have to figure it out, the absolute configuration of this center. So this center is of number 1 priority, then comes the phenyl and then ethyl. So if we look from this angle, then it is of 1, 2, 3, the clockwise direction, so it will be R. And in the product molecule, this is of 1 priority, the phenyl is 2, ethyl is 3. So 1, 2, 3, if we look from this angle, again the rotation is clockwise, so it will be of R configuration. So we can clearly see that the configuration, absolute configuration of this chiral center is retained during pinnacle rearrangement. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at the center where the migration is actually taking place. for that, let us take this compound so this center is chiral and the experimental optical rotation sign for this compound is minus, and this is a pure enantiomer of this compound. So if this compound is subjected to pinnacle-pinnacle rearrangement, it is also called semi-pinnacle rearrangement, since here is one OH group and here is not a OH group, rather a NH2 group. So whatever the substrate is, the mechanism will be the same. So after the formation of diazosole, that diazosole dissociates and generates this particular carbocation. So since the rearrangement is intramolecular in nature, which we have just observed during the initial discussions, which is experimentally proved. So during the rearrangement or during the 1-2 shift, this phenyl group should never detach the system. That is, this phenyl group never leave any particular carbon atom. It will always remain attached with either this carbon atom or this carbon atom, or in the transition state it will remain attached with both the carbon atoms. So what will be the optical rotation value, or rather the optical purity of the product molecule? So what is experimentally found is the product molecule contains 80% of the plus isomer, 12% of the minus isomer. So what these values are suggesting is that the chance of inversion is high. That is, the migrating group will always attack from the site which is opposite with the leaving group. In this case it is NH2 or rather N2+. If we draw the product, so this will be the product after inversion is taking place. But also there is 12% minus enantiomer is forming. So what is the reason behind that? So if this intermediate is getting any chance of single bond rotation around this carbon-carbon single bond, then after rotation of 180 degree through this single bond, this methyl and the hydrogen will interchange their positions, and now if this OH group migrates, if the pH group migrates, the pH group always will migrate from the site which is anti-periplanar, that is, it will attack in this mode. So after the migration, this will be the other enantiomer with negative sign. So 100% inversion is not observed during the pinnacle rearrangement. This is the experimental fact. So that's it. I hope that you have learned some basic ideas of pinnacle rearrangement. If you like this content, then please subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot to grow my channel and to deliver more interesting contents to you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you. See you in the next video.